Finally, one may try to cultivate a saner philosophy of life. Most of us are too self-centered. We dwell too much upon our personal discomforts. If therefore we can bring ourselves to see that suffering in some form is the common lot, that it is a part of the discipline of life, which chastens the soul and fits it for a nobler sphere of thought and action, we shall go far toward cultivating a cheerful stoicism in regard to our ills. The second step in self-help is to reform the mode of life, thus securing a better adjustment to external conditions. Here are needed common sense and self-control. The man who persistently fritters away his energy in emotional excesses, who delivers himself up to self-indulgence, who deprives himself of fresh air, sunshine, sleep, pure food, and pure water, or who works each day to the point of exhaustion, must suffer the penalty. The law of compensation cannot be escaped. The dyspeptic who persists in bolting his food, overloading his stomach, or eating when fatigued cannot be cured by any method known to man. If you should have a sore on your hand and remove the scab as fast as it formed, how long would it take for the sore to heal? Everyone knows that when the leg muscles begin to ache, after walking some distance, how refreshed he feels after a halt of a single moment. Having relaxed the muscles, close the eyes, and let the thoughts drift, or, better still, make the mind a blank. 5 minutes, even 3 minutes, will prove refreshing, and it should be resorted to at frequent intervals daily in nervous exhaustion. The celebrated Dr. Pepper, of Philadelphia, trained himself to fall asleep for 2 or 3 minutes at frequent intervals throughout the day, and thus accomplished a vast amount of work without fatigue. Just to relax the muscles, hold the brain steady, and stop thinking gives the cerebral rest. The second measure, both hygienic and mental, is stimulating the brain, but this involves the third, which is breathing. Some men and nearly all women breathe improperly. With the latter, tight clothing which crowds the vital organs together and diminishes lung space, and the wrong habit of sitting and standing, are responsible. Only a small portion of the lungs is used, and there is residual air which is rarely changed. And yet breath is life. We can live a number of days without food, several days without water, but only a few moments without air. Every schoolboy knows that the oxygen in the air is necessary to life. Coming into contact with the blood through the thin membrane which binds the air cells in the body, it changes from pure, blue blood to green, red blood which passes through the arteries, carrying the needed elements of nutrition to every cell, and it not only cleanses but vitalizes the blood. If one is obliged to live an indoor life, he should make it a practice to go to the door or window at frequent intervals and take each time at least 7 full, deep inhalations, filling the lungs to their utmost capacity. With head erect, and chest lifted, hold the inspired air for a few seconds, to extract all the oxygen. An excellent exercise is to place the feet side by side, clasp the hands, and inhale and exhale regularly for several moments. The brain is thus electrically charged. Another, stand erect, inhale deeply, then holding the breath drop the head forward slightly, clench the hands, and tense all the muscles. This stimulates the circulation of the brain. For nervous stability and mental depression, deep breathing is on excel, particularly if one applies imagination. Thus, when inhaling, imagine that you are taking into your system the life-giving oxygen, that the invigorated blood is circulating in the brain, stimulating the exhausted cells, and imparting to them new life. With a little practice, one will soon be able to perceive the quickened circulation, which will be followed by a sense of exhilaration. Local self-treatment comes next in order. We have seen how the vital force leaving the brain spreads throughout the body by means of nerve fibers, that it is the life stimulus, since it keeps the internal fires burning, that if it depreciates or is unequally distributed, the weakest fire will be the first to suffer, and that only through its activity can the circulation be done, and also the nutrition of the energy. Direct the vital current to that spot. The nerves, vasomotor, will be quickened into action, and the blood vessels will fill with an excess supply of blood. And as the blood contains the elements of nutrition, an improvement in nutrition will take place. Changes will be made in the chemistry of the secretions, and in the thermic and lymphatic functions. This becomes apparent to the experimenter by the nervous agitation and the sensation of heat. Sometimes there will be a prickling of the skin, or it will twitch or crawl, and again the throbbing of the blood in the arteries may be perceived. If one applies imagination or suggestion, results are quicker. Thus, one may form a mental picture of the vital force directed to a given spot, as the gardener turns his hose away upon the plants under his care, and one may follow in imagination the course of the blood. And, finally, the purpose of all this, a mental picture of the desired result. It takes longer in the saying than the doing. For once the practice is initiated, the laws of association and habit reinstate previous conditions with astonishing ease. A little practice will bring any part of the body into almost instant communication with the mind.